Welcome to today's mini lesson. Today, our mini lesson will focus on using adjectives to enhance our writing. Let's begin. First, I would like for you to look at this picture of a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern, and I would like for you to describe what you see. Take a minute and let's look at it and let's describe it. Now that you've been able to take a look at the pumpkin, let's see. Or the jack-o'-lantern. I see it has a green stem. It's an orange pumpkin. It's carved. I see triangles. It has some light orange and dark orange parts to it. It is outlined in black. I also see some yellow inside of it. It looks like it has a surprised face. We're using adjectives to describe this jack-o'-lantern or this pumpkin. On today, we're going to learn what adjectives are and how we can use those to help us with our writing. Come along, let's work with adjectives on today. Now, adjectives are words that we use to describe things such as nouns. We use adjectives to describe different things, such as the orange pumpkin. Adjectives can describe the color, the size, how something smells, tastes. Adjectives are pretty much describing words, and we use those often. And you would be surprised at how well adjectives will help our writing. It really helps to enhance it, and it helps readers to be able to visualize or to see exactly what it is we're trying to say. So we'd like to start with reading this story called Amazing Animals, Polar Bears, and it's by Valerie Bodden. This is a wonderful book. In this book, the author, Valerie Bodden, provides us with a lot of adjectives. As we read this story, we will notice that she talks about the polar bears and the fact that they are huge animals and that they have thick fur. Well, first of all, that word huge is an adjective that describes the polar bear's size. She also stated that it has thick fur. Well, the word thick describes the polar bear's fur. So I can really picture a huge animal with really thick fur. She also describes the snow because polar bears live in the Arctic. The author, Valerie Bodden, describes the snow as being very deep. Now, I can imagine some really deep snow that those polar bears must be in. Being that they're so huge, I bet deep snow would have to hold them, so it would have to be very deep. The next thing, she also talks about how fast they are at swimming. And so that adjective fast describes how well they can swim. So, as you can see, the author, Valerie Bodden, uses a lot of adjectives to help her with her writing. She could have simply said, polar bears are animals that live in the Arctic. They have fur. But she enhanced it by saying that they are huge animals that live in the Arctic. They have thick fur, there's deep snow, and not only did she mention the fact that polar bears are able to swim, but she enhanced that by saying that they are fast swimmers. So that gives us a better picture of what polar bears are actually like and what it's like living in the Arctic. Now, I would like for you to take a look at some writing that I wrote. Now, this is another informational text, and this is about the state of North Carolina. We're going to look at this, and we're going to decide how it was enhanced by looking at the adjectives. Here we go. North Carolina is in the United States. It has sandy beaches, gorgeous mountains, and nice triad cities. You can go camping in the mountains or swimming at the beach. You can shop in triad cities. North Carolina is home to the talented Carolina Panthers and Charlotte Hornets. As you can see, there are plenty of adjectives that were used in this text. It starts off by describing the beaches as being sandy beaches. Not only are there sandy beaches, but there are also gorgeous mountains. That word gorgeous describes the noun mountains. And nice triad cities. The word nice describes the cities that are in the state of North Carolina. If you Go down further in the text, you'll also find that not only did we say North Carolina was home to the Carolina Panthers and Charlotte Hornets, which we know are professional sports teams, football and basketball, but it mentions that they are talented Carolina Panthers and Charlotte Hornets. So here we use adjectives to help enhance our writing. We could have easily said North Carolina has sandy beaches, North Carolina has beaches, mountains, and triad cities, but we help people understand that our beaches are sandy, our mountains are gorgeous, and that there are nice triad cities in the state of North Carolina. So I want you to work on adding adjectives to your writing because it really helps to enhance your work. Let's move along, and now it's time for us to get moving. I would like for you to turn and talk to a partner, and I would like for you to discuss some adjectives. So we're going to make what's called an anchor chart, and this chart is going to be a list of words that are adjectives, and while we're writing, we may want to refer to this chart to help us. So I would like for you to go ahead and turn and talk with a partner and decide, come up with about 2 or 3 adjectives. They can describe anything. You can look around the room and come up with adjectives. And we'll come back together and we'll create a chart that will help us with our writing. Here we go. It's time to turn and talk. Now that we're back, I would like for you to share some of the adjectives that you discussed with your partner. So we're going to add those to our chart. It could be from the adjectives from the jack-o'-lantern, anything that you could think of. Remember, adjectives are describing words, and adjectives describe nouns. So let's go ahead and let's look at some of these words. Here we go. Orange. That's a color word. It can describe something. We have the word orange. Big. That describes something's size. Pretty. Well, that describes how it looks. Nice, large, round, strong, small, gorgeous, fascinating, lovely, wide. I'll accept lovely and wide. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about these words. So as we're writing, good writers will add adjectives in their pieces. So boys and girls, I would like for you to make sure that you have some adjectives in your writing. So I would like for you to look back at some of your sentences. And I want you to look back at maybe 2 or 3 sentences that you'll find in your writing. And I would like for you to add adjectives to describe at least one noun in that sentence. So let's go ahead and I would like for you to do that because we've talked about adjectives and we have this anchor chart. Don't forget this anchor chart is going to actually hang up it's going to be in our room all year long and it's going to hang above our board. So I would like for you to add those adjectives to your writing. So here we go. Let's start adding adjectives to our writing. Now, on today, we learned that we can add adjectives to help enhance our writing. Adjectives are very important. It is something that will make our writing really stand out. As we noticed, the author Valerie Bowden, she used adjectives to describe the polar bears. It helped us really be able to visualize what they look like. Visualize is to form in our heads what it looks like. Make a mental picture of what we believe the polar bears look like. We know that they're huge animals, so we're not going to look for something that's really small. We're not going to picture something really small in our head. We know that they have very thick fur and that they're very fast swimmers. We also know that where they live in the Arctic is filled with deep snow. That helped us visualize or paint a picture in our heads as to what the author was trying to say in her text. Great writers add adjectives to their writing to help their readers or their audience visualize what they're describing. It is very important for us to do this to help people be able to see exactly what it is we're trying to communicate through our text. While writing on this assignment and throughout the year, I would like for you to continue to add adjectives to your writing. It can really enhance it and help others to visualize what it is you're trying to say. So please remember, look at our anchor chart, use describing words, and enhance some of your sentences. You don't have to have an adjective in every sentence, but it can really help to enhance your writing if you add some in just a few. You can choose 2 or 3 and add some adjectives, and it will enhance your writing. Have a great rest of the day.